It's Dr. Wendy Day. Oh my goodness. Wendy Day. No, not Wendy Day. Wendy Day. Wendy Day. Thursday Day. Friday Day. Hello there, my name's Lee. Hello! And I'm Ned. And today we watched Captain America. It wasn't as good as you said it was. Well, it wasn't actually the Captain America that I usually watch. No? No, this was Captain America from 1979. It was originally a TV movie. Ah, that explains a lot. Yeah. And it was also just called Captain America, or in some places Captain America, the TV movie. But now it's been repackaged since the success of the MCU. It's been repackaged and redistributed as Captain America, Sentinel of Liberty. Let's go! So Captain America, Sentinel of Liberty is from 1979 and it lasts for 1 hour, 37 minutes. Yeah, 6 to 8 minutes too long. So Reb Brown, who was an American football player, has been cast as Captain America. Yeah, this is such a strange movie. It's so bizarre. It takes certain parts of the Captain America idea, certain parts of the Captain America story, and just completely ignores other parts. Yeah, it's weird. It is. It was probably going to be a pilot for a TV series that never happened. Ah, there is another movie from this era starring Reb Brown. Let's never watch it. No, well, there's also a 1990 movie. Ah, that could be good. It could be. So we open with a long aerial shot of a van driving along the road, and it pulls into a little beach town. And the driver is Steve Rogers. Yeah. We discover he's left the Marines 2 weeks ago, just popped home to pick up his mail from his friend. His friend tells him he's got mail, he's got a telegram. Steve reads it, he's not happy. No, neither am I. Well, for some reason, he gives his friend a drawing of the beach. I don't know why. Yeah. What's going on? I don't know. Steve drives off to meet a friend of his who is a reporter, I think. Yeah, that he's being followed by Mr. Brockett. Yeah, this guy called Mr. Brockett, who works for an oil company, seems to be following Steve Rogers. We don't know why yet. We never will. Mr. Brockett has a team of bad eggs. Yeah, and they set out a roadblock. It's a fake roadwork scenario, and Steve is driven, he's diverted off the road into a big oil slick. It slides for ages and ages and eventually goes off a cliff with Steve in it. Smashes down the cliffside and Steve gets out. He's fine, but his t-shirt's ripped. Very strategically. After that we cut to Steve meeting with a doctor, Dr. Simon Mills, who has got a great voice, by the way. He does have a great voice. But it's Dr. Mills who had been sending him telegrams and trying to get in touch with him for a while, and Steve's not happy. But Dr. Mills worked with Steve's father, who was also a prominent scientist. Yeah, and they developed what they call the alternate steroid. And they called it FLAG. I haven't written down what FLAG stands for, but, you know, who cares? So Doctor says he's been trying out the steroid on different animals and things, and it never works for very long. It ends up basically killing the animals. Yeah, that he says it should work for you, Steve, because it was drawn from your own father's adrenal gland. So try it. Let's see what happens. Yeah, Steve's reluctant, but then a pretty young scientist lady comes in, and he's a bit more open to the idea. Yeah, he's still not 100%. But that night, Steve goes to visit his reporter friend, Jeff. Yeah, he just locks in his house. He's not like, oh, I guess he's not in, I'll come back later. He just locks in his house, has a little wander around. But it's probably a good job he does, because he finds Jeff dying. Yeah, Jeff's upstairs, and with his last breath, he says to Steve, "Steve, Catherine, please." Yeah, and Steve is just as confused as me. Yeah, well, it'll all become clear. Nope, it will, it will. Jeff dies, and we find out that it was actually the oil company that took him out. Yeah, they think he's got a secret that they don't want getting out about the oil company. Yeah, so it was Mr. Brockett who took out Jeff. Mr. Brockett is the right hand man of the owner of the oil company, who we'll meet soon. Yeah, and they think Jeff has like a file or a microfilm or something like that just cannot be made public because it'll show the oil company for being bad. Just stop oil. Don't start that. Steve might have this secret file. He doesn't. And they already tried to run him off the road. Don't know why. I don't know why. Before Steve leaves, he meets Jeff's daughter. Yeah, and they just spend ages squeezing each other's arms. I don't know why. Is that their way of comforting each other? It must be. Steve gets a call from a mysterious figure saying, "Come to the gas station in 20 minutes. I'll give you all the information you need about your friend Jeff and what happened to him." So Steve gets on his motorbike this time, and he drives off and goes straight into an ambush. It leads to a big chase with cars chasing the motorbike, and the motorbike also goes over a cliff and explodes. He's actually not that fine because we see him on an operating table. He's being looked after by Simon and the other young female scientist. When he comes to, Simon admits, "Listen, I injected that stuff into your flag. Yeah, the alternate steroid, so good luck. You might collapse later. If not, hurry!" Right, yeah. Steve's not happy. He tells Simon to leave, which he does. And then he gets another visitor, an oil guy. One of the oil company guys comes in with a gun and he points it at Steve. He basically kidnaps Steve Rogers, takes him away at gunpoint, and they go to it's like a meat factory. I suppose. It's got all these dead pigs hanging up. It's disgusting. Rocky Daldo would love that for punching. Well, so Steve's there, and there are 3 bad guys surrounding him, and they're about to torture him for information that he's had the alternate steroid. So he beats a nut with pigs. Yeah, he uses the hanging pigs to beat one of them up, and he just knocks the other one over and spends a lot of time hiding amongst the pig carcasses. Yet, I bet it stinks. I bet it does. But he gets away. And then the next day, he's at the beach with Simon, having a lovely time for some reason. And for some reason, he's drawn a picture for Simon as well. Just a nice little drawing. Why does he keep giving them drawings? I don't know. I don't know. And then the next day, after that, he's back at the beach, this time with the young female doctor. She has a name. Yeah, she must have a name. Let me see if I can find it. Found it. It's Dr. Wendy Day. Oh my goodness. Wendy Day. No, not Wendy Day. Wendy Day. Wendy Day. Thursday Day. Friday Day. Saturday Day. No. Later we find out Simon has fixed his van. Yeah, he's made major adjustments. Basically, he's took space for the motorbike in the back of the van. Yeah. That's basically it. He's repainted it. Well, he's done that as well, yeah. But he's also needing a shield. Yep, Captain America. Here it comes, finally. He gives him the shield and he says, "Throw it, try it, give it a go." So he does. Steve takes the shield and he throws it. And it glides slowly through nails. It's like the worst weapon, defence, tactical manoeuvre you can imagine. It's the slowest thing on earth. So Steve goes into the back of the van. He comes out wearing his shield on the back of the motorbike, and he has a helmet on. And everything is red, white and blue, like Captain America. A Captain America riff-off. Well, he finds out the bike has a stealth mode. Yeah, silent mode, actually. And it sounds like a jet. It's not silent at all. While he's testing out the new bike, a helicopter appears and all these guys start shooting from the helicopter. And then a car full of guys appear and they start shooting at Steve. And they're all chasing him. He outruns them all, he escapes, he manages to defeat them, almost taking their lives. And then Simon reveals that was all just part of a test. Ha ha ha! Isn't this fun? Yeah. Why are they shooting? I don't know, because they're definitely using real bullets. Yeah, so if Flag, the alternate steroid, worked, which it seems to have done, why were they shooting at him and giving them this test? Because they could be like, oh yeah, the alternate steroid works. That, now they shot him to death. Yeah, it would have been a bit of a waste. Who wrote this? I don't know. While this is going on, the oil baron is sweet-talking the daughter of Jeff, who was killed earlier. Yeah, and he finds what he's looking for. It's a little roll of film, and it shows his nefarious activities, and he finds it, and he's happy, and he thinks, that could be the end of that. It could be, but then, for some reason, Dr. Wendy Day comes along, and she comes to visit Jeff's daughter. Yeah, so instead of just saying, nice to meet you, and leaving, what does he do? The oil guy pulls out a gun and holds them both at gunpoint. He's got what he came for, but he's still like, well, I'll just hold them both at gunpoint for no reason at all. I think we got confused earlier. Pretty easy this, Navy. Yeah, the oil guy, the owner of the oil company, is Mr. Brackett. Yeah, his right hand man is, well, it doesn't matter what his name is, because it doesn't matter. Right. So this is Mr. Rocket. Bracket. Rocket. Either Bracket or Rocket. So Bracket, Rocket. He takes them both hostage, and it turns out he is planning to detonate a big bomb. A dig dong. Yeah. So Steve and Simon, they instantly figure out where the girls are being held. Simon whips out a Captain America costume he's just had made. Yeah. He hands it to Steve and says, go get them. Yeah, so Steve heads off to go and get them. Steve heads up casually to the oil factory, and he's just wearing his t-shirt and his jeans. He's in his van, and then suddenly, within seconds, he bursts out of the back of the van on his motorbike in full Captain America costume, helmet, shield, everything. Yeah, he's quick. He must be really quick because it happens instantly. And he's just casually walking around in this get-up until security guard spots him and instantly starts trying to shoot him. He deflects the bullets with his shield, and the security guard slips in some oil and falls over. And Steve laughs and laughs and laughs. Yeah, I'm glad somebody was laughing. Yeah, it wasn't me. Oh. So Captain... what is it? Do not call this man Cat. That is reserved for the actual Captain America. Okay, that's fair. Right, so Captain America, Steve, decides to just threaten some little oil technician that's wandering between posts. Yeah, some little guy going about his job, and Steve's like, come here, yeah! He finds out where the girls are, saves them, no bother, takes them back to the lab where Simon is waiting. After that, they instantly figure out where Brockett is going. Bracket, Brockett. We find out he is going to plant a bomb at a gold reserve. And he's going to blow it up and steal all the gold. Yeah, because he doesn't have enough millions of dollars for his dirty oil. Well, oil's quite necessary, but... Right. Steve and Simon, Steve's back in his regular jeans and t-shirt. Yeah, they go on a helicopter ride to find Rocket. Or Bracket, or whatever, and this is such a long sequence. Just them flying in the helicopter for ages. Not much is said, nothing happens, they just fly and fly and fly for ages. Yeah, I don't know if they had to fill up a certain amount of time, but it's so boring. Right. Eventually they find the truck carrying Brackett and his bomb. Brackett and his Dawn. Yeah, whatever. They find the truck and Steve says, let me down next to it. And in a second, he is on an motorbike from the helicopter and he's in his Captain America outfit. In a second. Yeah, it's all really fast. He catches up to the truck on his motorbike, gets onto the truck. Simon says, I'll pick up the bike, don't worry. And Steve, Captain America, tentatively makes his way to the front of the truck. So the truck has two guys in the front, and Brackett is in the back of the truck with his big bomb. Okay, and it's a big container that he's in. So Captain America rips out the exhaust pipe from the front of the truck and points it into a little air vent in the back of the truck, poisoning and choking Brackett or Brockett until he's unconscious. Yeah, Captain America. Yeah, just poisons a guy. As Brockett or Brackett is passing out and choking to death, he shouts for help. The truck comes to a stop. Steve beats up the driver and his mate and manages to open the back doors. He goes in and finds Brockett, who is close to death. Yet, that he's got a kill switch. If anything happens to him, the Dawn is activated instantly. Quite smart. Yeah. Only smart thing in this movie. Well, before Brockett's heart stops, the helicopter lands. Simon comes rushing over and stops him from dying. Yeah, because he's a doctor. And the day is saved moments later when the police and paramedics arrive. Yeah, they do the heavy lifting. They disarm the bomb and they make sure Brockett doesn't die. They're the heroes, they're the Captain Americas. Now Jeff, who died earlier and who had the film and whose daughter was held at gunpoint and all this, it turns out everyone thought his wife, Catherine, had died months ago. Yeah, she was just in hiding, she's fine, so she's reunited with her daughter. Wait, this rings a bell. Yeah, it sounds familiar right enough. I know. Do you remember we watched something else from the late 70s? Rocky 2? No. Death Wish 2? No. It was a TV show. From the 70s, I don't remember. The Magician? Oh, The Magician starring Bill Bixby. Yeah, it's on the channel, have a look. Right. But, that's right. That was the same thing, except it was the daughter who everyone thought had died, but she was actually just in hiding. So at the end, the mother and the daughter had a reunion. Yeah. I don't know who's copying who here. I don't know. But maybe they were running loan storylines in the 70s. The movie ends with Steve asking for a better Captain America suit. Simon gets him it and says, "Magnificent." They both laugh, and that's the end of the movie. Thank goodness. Absolute drudge. Did you know you weren't impressed? No, I've still not seen any MCU films that, I don't know if I want to now. Well, they're totally different from this. Captain America and the MCU movies is a completely different character. Does he actually do Captain America stuff? Does he do heroic things? He does very heroic things. Good, because this guy does not. This guy's a joke. This guy is a big lummox. I don't know if he's a lummox. He is. And in fact, whoever wrote this movie should be ashamed. Well, let's not get too carried away. We're going to go. We'll see you next time. Please hit like, please subscribe, and suggest some good movies for me to watch, because I cannot handle this nonsense anymore. Troll 2, Knack and Knee, Captain America, Sentinel of Liberty. What else? There's been some good ones, but most of the stuff you make me watch is rubbish. No, it's not. But hit like, hit subscribe, and yeah, please do suggest some movies for Ned to watch, because he's not seen that many. No, I'm starting to think I was better off not seeing any. Right, we're going to go. We'll see you next time. See you next time, true the leaders. Bye. Bye.